High in Sri Lanka's central highlands, at nearly 2,000 meters above sea level, lies a town unlike any other, cool, misty, and carefully planned. This is Nuwara Eliya, famously known as Little England. But have you ever wondered why this piece of Britain was built so far from home? To understand, we must go back to a time before the paved roads and manicured lawns. Before British rule, this region was a remote and largely untouched wilderness. Imagine dense forests giving way to open grasslands where cold winds swept across the plateau. It was a rugged, beautiful landscape, dominated by wildlife, and known only to the local villagers and hunters who occasionally passed through these highlands. It was a world away from the bustling colonial ports on the coast, a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. That discovery happened in 1818 when the valley came to the attention of the British through Dr. John Davy, an army surgeon. While exploring the hill country, he stumbled upon this pristine landscape. In his reports, he described a climate that was remarkably similar to England: cold, healthy, and incredibly refreshing. His words painted a picture of a sanctuary, a potential escape from the tropical heat that plagued the colonists. The true transformation, however, began a decade later in 1828, under the vision of Governor Sir Edward Barnes. He saw its potential not just as a curiosity, but as a vital health retreat. He ordered the construction of a road into the hills and built his own residence, Barnes Hall, which you might know today as the Grand Hotel. Nuwara Eliya was officially envisioned as a sanatorium, a place where British troops suffering from tropical diseases could recover in a familiar, temperate climate. In 1847, the famous explorer Sir Samuel Baker arrived and decided to settle in Nuwara Eliya, often called the man who shaped the village. Baker was determined to recreate a traditional English farming hamlet. He imported English cattle, horses, and a variety of seeds for vegetables like potatoes and carrots. This marked the beginning of commercial agriculture in the region, a practice that continues to thrive to this day, supplying much of the country. The British initially cleared vast tracts of forest to plant coffee. For a time, it boomed. But in the 1870s, a devastating fungal disease known as coffee rust swept through the plantations, completely destroying the industry. Faced with economic ruin, the planters needed a new crop. They quickly turned to tea. And as it turned out, Nuwara Eliya's high altitude and unique climate produced some of the world's finest, lightest, and most aromatic teas, securing its future. To sustain this massive tea industry, the British brought thousands of laborers from southern India. The arrival of these hill country Tamils permanently reshaped the social and cultural fabric of the Central Highlands. Their hard work built the tea empire, and their legacy is a vital part of the region's identity, visible everywhere from the temples to the vibrant communities that dot the hillsides today. As the town grew, British life followed its familiar rhythms. Tudor-style post offices, quaint churches, and sprawling parks were built. Gentlemen's clubs, a golf course, and even a race course were established to provide leisure and entertainment. Nuwara Eliya became the seasonal social center for the colonial elite, a place to escape the oppressive heat of Colombo and indulge in the comforts of home. Today, Nuwara Eliya's British past is not just history, it is a living landscape, etched into its architecture, gardens, and the very air you breathe. To experience it fully, it's best to stay slowly and quietly, just as the early settlers once did. Consider choosing a colonial-style stay at Nobel Bungalow, and you can book your retreat easily and directly through Nobel Booking Bridge. Thanks for watching.